Morning everyone! So today it's Saturday 14th of January 2017. It's about 8 o'clock and I'm about to leave to go to the first tasting of this 5th day of wine tasting in South Africa, and it will be Thelema first, then Tokara, Glenelly and Remhoogte, something like that. So let's go! Thelema for the first tasting of this day. I wanted to know, first of all, it's more about you, what is Thelema about, where this name comes from, and stuff like that.
So this property is an old fruit orchard. There were plum trees here that my family bought in 1983 with the purpose of turning it into a vineyard. So my parents and my brother and sister and I moved onto this property I think in about March 1983, and just converting it from a dilapidated old fruit orchard into a vineyard. Can't pull out 40 hectares of orchards overnight, so we had to, it was quite a slow process.
What was your first vintage?
1988. But my dad was originally an accountant, and he quit accounting after he was on holiday in Canada visiting my aunt and uncle, and he tried a white burgundy and he was just blown away and thought, this is just the most amazing thing ever. So that sort of planted the seed to become a winemaker. We started off very small. We're well known and well established now, but we're not any bigger. It's just because I think we set quite a high quality level right at the beginning when there weren't that many high quality small producers in South Africa.
So how many hectares do you have?
This property is 157 hectares.
Yes.
And about 50 hectares under vineyard.
You are only on the appellation wine of origin of Stellenbosch.
Yeah. One thing to bear in mind though is Stellenbosch is a very big area. The wine of origin area of Stellenbosch stretches far and wide. So there are a lot of sort of sub-regions within Stellenbosch. So we are actually in the Simonsburg ward here. So you get the Simonsburg ward, you get the Bottleray ward, the Helderberg ward. You
are on which one?
The Simonsburg.
So Berg means hill?
Berg means mountain,
and
yeah.
Simon,
yeah.
Like
from Simon.
Oh.
Because the town of Stellenbosch was established by a Dutch settler called Simon or Simon van der Stel. And that's where Stellenbosch comes from, van der Stel, Stel in Bosch.
So how many sub-regions in Stellenbosch?
I don't know, I'm guessing about 8 or 9.
I heard it must be 100% from that sub-region to be called after the name of the sub-region.
From the sub-region possibly. Yeah. I know normally for the actual wine of origin, I think it only has to be 85%. But I stand to be corrected. I'm not totally sure about that. And you know, the one irony about Stellenbosch is we have such an amazing climate here. I mean, this is our summer. You know, we have long dry summers and we have cold wet winters, so we can ripen anything here. You know, it's the problem with that is, well, it's a good thing, but the problem with that is we don't really specialize in anything, because we can make good Sauvignon Blanc, good Chenin, good Chardonnay, we can make good Shiraz, good Cabernet Sauvignon.
But it will also depend on your soil, isn't it?
Well, pretty much all the parts of Stellenbosch can make all those different grape varieties. So what that means is we almost don't really specialize in anything.
What about the soil of Stellenbosch in that sub-region where you are?
Well, we mostly decomposed granite soil, but I'd say the main two sort of soil types here is decomposed granite soil and then a Table Mountain sandstone soil. Soil to me is a very important influencer on quality and style, but I don't think in a South African context, generally speaking, there aren't varieties that won't work in this region because of the soil type. I think on this decomposed granite soil we can grow most things quite well.
Don't irrigate, obviously.
We do
Oh,
irrigate,
you do?
yeah.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I think irrigation is important. I mean, the secret though is you must irrigate carefully. So we monitor exactly what the water stress level is in the stomata of the leaf, so we can work out to the drop how much water it did. It's not a case of we look and go, oh, it looks a bit dry, let's turn on the taps and for half an hour. We want to control the stress level of the vine. We want the vine to be healthy, but also be in a state of partial stress, whereby it focuses and concentrates. So.
And the name Thelema is coming from what?
Good question. The name Thelema, the actual word Thelema is an ancient Greek word meaning the will of God.
Je viens d'arriver à un domaine qui s'appelle Tokara. C'est juste à côté de Thelema où j'étais juste avant et la vue est très belle.
So 70 Sauvignon and 30 Semillon. We did with our Tokara brand goes Sauvignon, Chardonnay, Shiraz, Cabernet. We do Sauvignon, Chardonnay, Syrah because we do it in a more northern Rhone style for the serious range from Cognac. It's made from our own grapes on the farm, from Chenin Blanc. Chenin Blanc, and it's distilled and then aged in Limousin oak. We up to a 7.5 year on this, and our following release is going to be a 10-year-old, and that's where we wanted eventually to get to, was to have an XO.
Really? It's fine.
Yes.
And soft.
Yes.
So it's not burning.
No, and we've taken it back to, I think it's 43%, if I'm not mistaken. Should have the mandarin.
Yeah, I got it, the mandarin.
Wind that blows off there blows straight in it, so we're very cool.
So Table Mountain right here.
Yeah, in that flat mountain,
yeah,
and then
flat.
you'll see it goes down, and then there's a little hick on the right. That's
yes.
Lion's Head.
Ah, the Lion's Head,
yeah.
and this it must
Signal
be Cape
Hill.
Town.
Yes.
Cape Town, right?
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
And the sea.
Yes, that's Falseback. It's lovely here.
Damn it. So this is the premium one.
You get that wonderful bitterness at the back of the throat, all the polyphenols, and then the Frantoio is really amazing.
This is Christophe, the man that makes... Vous êtes française?
Oui, oui, complètement.
Vous êtes en visite alors pour
Oui, 3 semaines.
3 semaines?
Ouais.
Première fois que vous venez ici?
Première fois en Afrique du Sud, ouais.
So over here, what you can see is down to barrels second year aging, you go down to another barrel cellar, and finally you go down to the bottling and warehouse, which is where you see that big circle.
Okay.
So we don't lose any water. And most of the cooling in the building is done.
Wow, that's so cool. So here we are, the last tasting of this first week in South Africa at Remhoogte winery. And I'm pretty glad it's the last one because my palate starts to be saturated. So let's go! C'est des zèbres.
You want to take? Thanks, Greta.
Cool, I'm glad.
Cheers. Bye.
Yes, yeah. Sorry, man. Let me go put these up away.
Hello. Hi,
Are you Stephanie?
Yes,
Yes,
I'm the
Chris.
lost Frenchie.
Hi, how you doing?
We're good.
Welcome.
Am I dreaming of
Shame.
you have zebra in your
We've
garden?
got zebra
Yeah, you're aware?
and springbok and wildebeest. So we do have some animals.
Stephanie, how's
Hi,
it going?
good,
Nice to
good,
meet
thank
you.
you. Nice to meet
Yeah, you
you.
had a good trip.
I ended up at the opposite of here
Oh, really?
because
Oh,
I
other
put in
side
my
of Singapore.
GPS Remhoogte Street and it brought me by the seaside.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm used to. Huh?
Where are you from?
Yeah, you could get my accent, right? Yeah, I'm French, but I'm living in Singapore.
Okay.
Foudres. Yeah, and then the stainless. We do a double sorting on everything. So we sort, we do hand